Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, before I begin with this lesson, I'm going to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, Grant Millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the Akim now pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakathon. Somebody entitled this lesson, and power was given unto him to kill with hunger. Which is written in Revelation 6, concerning the red horse, right? Which is, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, because he's been given that power over the world, to have, control over the food supply, the trains moving, the trucking and all that, right? He has, control over those things. So therefore he has the power to, to cut off the food supply whenever he desires to. And Yahweh Shema Shai is putting on his spirit to make these things happen to fulfill prophecy, man. All right, and what I'm going to get into is just a few articles that I've been coming across, and I ain't going to read them all, right? But one, as you see right here, it says, could trains be the next thing to stop running in the U.S.? A national railroad strike could begin on July 18th, and that's coming up on Monday, right? And there's so much shit, dealing with a famine, that it's something being talked about a famine, concerning a famine every day. When it comes, the farmers, doing what they do, being forced, to do what they do. You got, the gas, you got different gas facilities that's exploding the shit out of nowhere. Wine facilities, or production plants, whatever you want to call them, being destroyed. One of the largest egg plants in the States was set on fire. Then on top of that, you got all types of other different food, production, plants that's been set on fire. Should 100 of them to be exact, you know what I mean? And if you really got the eyes to see, you can see that, hey, the Lord is bringing that famine, man, one way or another. You know what I mean? And this year, this definitely that year to turn up, man. You know what I mean? Because it's something every day, especially when it's, a famine. And a lot of people don't really understand the severity of a famine, until they really going through it, all right? But it says, did you know that an absolutely crippling national railroad strike could potentially start on July 18th? If this actually happens, the historic supply chain crisis that we are experiencing right now will rapidly become far worse. You know what I mean? And we witnessing, those contractions, man. You know what I mean? And this shit is only going to continue to get worse. You know what I'm saying? It tells you in 2 Ezra 16 and 18 that all these are the beginning of sorrows. And famine was listed. So right now, you seeing, different, little Costco's and stuff, being a little empty. Eventually, it's going to be like that all around. All right? It says each year, trains in the United States transport approximately 1.7 billion tons of raw materials and finished goods to their ultimate destinations. All right? And when you actually look it up, you got trains, they transport basically the same shit that trucks do. You know what I mean? They transport, I think freight, if I'm not mistaken, food, agriculture, things, that deals with agriculture. You know what I mean? Construction material, the whole nine. All right. So trains is just as vital as trucking is. And we know what happens if, the truck stop shit. If the truck stop, that means America's economy gonna stop. You know what I mean? So it says if that suddenly stops happening, our economy goes into the toilet. Man, this shit gonna be flushed down. You know what I mean? In this society, this shit is definitely circling the drain, man. All right. It says, I realize that may sound a bit crude, but that is the reality of what we are potentially facing. So we better hope the national rail carriers and the unions representing the workers can come to an agreement before the next Monday. And I pray that Yahweh Shema Shai puts a spirit on them to cause that strike. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we understand that these things have to happen. You know what I mean? In order for shit to get better, shit has to get worse. So that's why, we constantly in the spirit of hastening Yahweh Shai's coming. You know what I mean? And what comes with that? Famine's got to come with that, because that's prophecy, man. Yahweh Shai ain't gonna come back if that prophecy don't be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? But you best believe it's gonna be fulfilled, and it's gonna be one of the worst famines to ever be written, you know what I'm saying, or recorded in history, man. You know, these things is gonna be talked about in the kingdom because that's how bad it's gonna be. And Yahweh Shai himself said that, hey, if he didn't shorten the days for the elect's sake, no flesh will be saved, man. Because these people, hey, the Lord is getting ready to let these people have it, man. You know, you gonna literally be seeing people out here just, you know what I'm saying, so damn malnourished to the point that they can't even stand up, they can't even walk. You know what I mean? I remember one of the brothers had a dream of all hell breaking loose, and he went into a grocery store, and there was people just in that hole throwing up blood and shit, and, you know, all types of stomach acid and stuff because they wasn't eating. That's gonna be a reality, man. One way or another, whether people believe it or not. All right, but I think that's the point on that. And I got this pulled up concerning the railroad strikes. Again, this is National Railway strike approved by Locomotive Union. All trains in America may halt this coming Monday, right? Meaning, hey, they may stop. Some 57,000 rail workers across the United States are slated to walk off their job on July 18th in protest against low wages and poor working conditions because they out there slaving like a motherfucker and not even getting paid enough. You know what I mean? And it's damn near the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with the truckers. They getting paid good, but a lot of that shit going to gas. You know what I mean? And that's why I got this pulled up in this little clip real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it and grab some scriptures.
Congressman French Hill. Congressman, we always enjoy having you on. Let's move on to this. You know, the White House and Democrats keep blaming inflation on the supply chain crisis, but we've got this new development, and it's a dangerous one. There's a growing number of truck drivers now quitting because soaring gas prices are wiping out their paychecks. They're talking $1,000 fill-ups at one time. We're already, at the gas pump. We're already 80,000 truckers short. More than 70% of freight is transported by truck drivers. This is pretty dangerous stuff.
Hear that? If I'm not mistaken, she said that over 70% of the freight is transported by truck drivers. Right? And as a matter of fact, lock it down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up what freight is, just edification. All right. And what freight is goods transported in bulk by truck, train, all right? That's basically what trains, transport freight, all right? Ship or aircraft, all right? Let me see, goods, merchandise, and that can go into anything, you know what I mean? And like I said, when you actually look up what trains transport, it's all types of shit that the society needs. So you got the trucks, they finna stop moving, and the trains. You know what I mean? This shit getting ready to go down, man. All right. But let me go back to this clip.
We're already 80,000 truckers short. More than 70% of freight is transported by truck drivers. This is pretty dangerous stuff.
Well, Liz, it's great to be back with you, and you're 100% right. There's nothing more integral to our supply chain logistics than having enough well-paid, competent truck drivers in this country. As you point out, we're short drivers now due to the baby boom generation retiring, many of the Biden mandates on employment, the vaccine mandates by the Biden administration, and now we're up 70% on diesel prices. If you're in a fleet, if you are a fleet driver for a big company like Walmart or J.B. Hunt, you probably have a price escalator in there for your diesel costs. It's up 70% from last year. But if you're an entrepreneur, a self-made truck driver working, you're paying almost $2,000, $2,200 a week, up almost $900, and you're in the spot market for fuel. You don't have a hedge or any sophisticated support. Yeah. That's what's killing them.
You know, it's an important point you make. I mean, truckers are so vital to our economy. It's a tough job that they do, right? We got to hand it to the truck drivers what they do for us in our country. You know, hats off to them. But remember when the Energy Secretary basically laughed out loud when she was asked about increasing U.S. production to help lower gas prices? Watch this.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Would that I had the magic wand on this.
All right, that's pretty much it on that. You know what I'm saying? But shit, as y'all see, Hey, the Lord is the Lord is working, man. Right, as it say in Psalms 119 and 126, which is one of my favorite scriptures. It is time for thee to work, O Lord, roughly paraphrasing. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because a famine ain't nearly even been close to being talked about, you know what I'm saying, in the previous years than, you know what I'm saying, this year. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's all types of shit happening. And call out Yahweh Shema Shah for that. But let me go ahead and grab this real quick. Let's go to the book of Acts 7 and verse 11. And it says, now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance, right? You know what I mean? And, you know, this took place back then, but this is also going to happen now in this time, because America is spiritual Egypt. And what a dearth is basically, you know what I'm saying, a famine. You know what I mean? And we know that the Lord said that he was going to send plagues upon Egypt as before. And one of those plagues, the 7, if I'm not mistaken, was what? What was a famine, a dearth. All right, and that shit is going to cause great affliction. And like I stated, a lot of people don't really understand the severity of a famine, man, until they really just experiencing that shit. You know, wait until, you really just going through them hunger pains and you can't do nothing about it. You just going through that shit. You know what I mean? It's going to be a whole different ball game. And that's one of the worst ways that you can even die, man. You know what I mean? The Lord said that you're going to dwell in torments, right? Meaning, if you dwell in something, that means you live in there. That's where you rest in that. You eating there, so on and so forth. That's where your life at down there. You know what I mean? And if you're going to be living in torments, that means the Lord is getting ready to judge you people in the worst way possible, man. All you gluttonous Americans, you getting ready to have it, man. Right? Because most people don't practice fasting. You know what I'm saying? Most people can't even go, you know what I'm saying, a cool 6 hours without eating, without acting funky, man. All right. And what I'm going to do is, it says, now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance. All right, so let's look up what sustenance is. And as a matter of fact, I already got it pulled up. All right, sustenance, it says food and drink regarded as a source of strength, nourishment. And it's going to be a whole lot of malnourished motherfuckers out here, man. Because, people literally going to be out here dying from famine. The scriptures say so. You know what I mean? So you ain't going to be finding no food. You know what I mean? No water. Nothing whatsoever for you to consume. And that's why people are going to resort to cannibalism. I mean, you probably going to have people out here trying to eat trees and shit. Back then, you know what I'm saying? When you read the book of Josephus, Jacob was eating leather and shit. You know what I mean? That shit not even edible, and Jake was trying to eat it. You know what I mean? Food, daily bread, child, grub, nutrition. All right, you know what I'm saying? When you see those commercials with them, them Hamite babies, they be all skinny with a big ass head and a big stomach. That's how people gonna be out here looking. All right. So now let's go to Isaiah 3:1. It says, for behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. And that's exactly what Yahweh Shema Shah is doing now, because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place of wherever you tribes at, that'll be considered to be Jerusalem. All right. And what the Lord is doing is he's using this white boy to take these things away from you slowly but surely. All right. And right now, you know what I'm saying, you may not, really be going through it, but eventually this shit is going to become a reality, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? That red horse that people love to talk about, them 4 apocalyptic horses. One of them, 2 of them, as a matter of fact, Shalaki, is a so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? That pale horse, you know what I'm saying, that was given unto him a great sword to take peace from earth. Who you think that is? You know what I'm saying? That's not no Grim Reaper. You know what I'm saying? That's this white boy that's running around in a suit, calling himself to be righteous, right? When he the complete opposite, and he getting ready to show you that. He getting ready to show you that, he is the wicked. So this is Leviticus 26 and 26. It says, when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight. and ye shall eat and not be satisfied, because Yahweh Shema Shah is getting ready to take these things from you. All right? You know what I'm saying? Eat and not be satisfied. And what this made me think about, you know what I'm saying, just a little quick thought, was how, you know what I'm saying, you gonna be starving like a motherfucker. You probably go a whole week or two without eating, 2 weeks, 3 weeks without eating, you just hungry as hell. You know what I'm saying? And just like how they show you on these different survival shows, you know, so, or like them shows that, you know, I Shouldn't Be Alive or whatever, how they get stranded in the ocean on a raft and shit, or just on the island by themselves. When they go so long without eating, then whenever they decide, you know, or whenever they do get the opportunity to eat, they throw that shit right up. Throw that shit right up. And that's exactly what you people gonna do. The Lord may just tease you, you know, fuck around and, you know what I'm saying, throw you something just for you to throw your food right back up, man. Because your body, you know what I'm saying, is gonna get so used to go without eating, man, that it's not gonna be able to, you know, it's not gonna know how to react whenever you do decide, you know what I'm saying, to get something in your system. All right, you know, so I can stutter, but, you know, it is what it is, man. But I don't know to say, you know, this lesson was edifying and that the poem's proven. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, and, you know, Lord willing, is edifying, man. All right, Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shah Brakatham Abba.